If you keep dying early or losing 1v1s and wondering why your teammates always leave, it might not just be bad luck. Today I'm breaking down the biggest mistakes players make in Apex Legends, things that ruin your games before you even realize it. But I'm not just calling you out, I'm also going to show you exactly how to fix them so you can survive longer, win more games, and start climbing. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1, you're landing in the worst spots. Let's be real, you're probably landing too hot or too cold. If you land dead center in POIs like Fragment, Thunderstone, or Estates with no plan, you're just hoping RNG saves you. But if you land way out of the edge of nowhere, you might survive, but end up underlooted and third party by squads that rotated earlier. If you want to fix that, you need to drop on the edge of hot zones, close enough to loot fast and rotate in, but safe enough to avoid 5 squads crashing immediately. Learn 2 to 3 smart drops per map and stick to them. Ping buildings midair and your squad land cleaner and loot faster. Another mistake players are doing is overlooting. You don't need a fully stacked backpack before you fight. Too many players loot for 3 minutes while their teammates die or while enemy squads rotate ahead. Here's how to fix it. First, you want to set a loot goal. 1 short range and 1 mid range, or like a long range gun. You want 2 to 3 battery shields. You want 8 to 12 shield cells. You want enough ammo to win a fight. Then rotate. You loot better gear from fights away. Stop picking up sniper bullets if you don't have a sniper. You don't need that. Just drop it. Mistake number 3, you're running alone. This one kills games the fastest. Don't solo run into fights. Don't wander off to loot, and don't assume your team is following you unless you ping. Here's how to fix that. You need to stick close enough to trade shots and revive quickly. Use the ping system, it works. And if you're solo queuing, adapt to the playstyle early. It's not about ego, it's about survival. Mistake number 4, you're fighting without information. If you push every fight just because you saw the movement, you're playing Apex like it's Call of Duty, and you will get wiped. You want to know how to fix this? You have to wait a few seconds and scan with Bloodhound, Seer, or Crypto. Use grenades to bait them out. They stun enemies for a couple seconds and they're very useful. I recommend using them because it's an easy way to get kills. Listen for audio, footsteps, healing, and res beacons. Make every push intentional, not blind. Mistake number 5, you guys are ignoring positioning. Aiming matters, but positioning wins game. If you always fight from low ground and run to the open, or get caught rotating, that is not a skill issue. It's a map awareness issue. But if you guys are looking to fix that, you have to always fight from cover. Use buildings, rocks, crates, anything. Just be behind cover. You don't want to get spotted in the open. That's the worst thing, guys. Take high ground before engaging. You want to have the high ground before even going into a fight so you can have the best advantage. Use ring advantage. Force enemies to rotate into you. You want enemies to be in storm so you can just spray them in the storm. Not only are they taking damage from the storm, but they'll be taking damage from your bullets. So that would instantly give you the edge. If you know where the zone is pulling, rotate early and set up traps or high ground angles before other squads, so you can bait them right into walking into your bullets and then they're dead. Mistake number 6, bad movement in fights. You don't need to wall bounce every fight, but standing still, right? Peeking wide or running in straight lines is how you get deleted. You need to strafe while shooting, crouch spam in close range. You need to use doors and cover to break line of sight. So keep peeking over and over again. Stop just standing still and shooting and firing because you're gonna get sniped, 1 bullet, you're dead. If you're losing fights, try jiggle peeking and pre-aiming corners. Practice your movement and firing range. At least 5 minutes a day makes a difference. I know people say, oh, or 5 minutes is not enough. Look, do you want to have some practice or no practice? You don't want to just jump in a whole hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, wasting your whole day in firing range when you actually want to focus on actually getting better at aim, not just spraying every time. Aim isn't just about shooting the same target over and over again. You have to change a variety of objects. You gotta line your shots up with different types of things. Mistake number 7, you're using abilities wrong. Your abilities aren't just there for emergencies. Too many players save ultimates too long or waste them mid-fight with no plan. Here's how to fix this. Use Bangalore smoke to retreat, reposition, or cover revives, not randomly. I swear, people use Bangalore smoke randomly and it's stupid because they just use it for no reason. And it does no damage and they wonder why they die because you're just using it randomly. You don't need to randomly use it, right? Valkyrie's ultimate is for early rotations, not last second panic. And when you're trying to hold to launch, that takes so long. So don't just randomly do it. Don't just do it just to panic because that will get you sprayed. You know how long it takes to launch? It takes around like 15 seconds to get in the air and then boom. No, Stop panicking and using that as your last resort. That's gonna get you killed like this easily. Use Bloodhound scans easily before the fight. It has to be before you push, not after you push, and definitely not during it. You want to know if you already know where the enemy is, why are you scanning it? That's gonna get you killed. You're gonna waste even more time. Lifeline's drone is great for baiting enemies or holding the door mid-fight. Learn when to use your kit, not just what it does. Mistake number 8, you're not healing smart enough. Healing is not just about how much, it's about when and where you do it. Stop healing in the open, please stop. You need to find cover and heal up. Heal up in the open. There's no point of healing, right? If you're healing, you want to be away from your enemies. You don't want to be right there in the target, right where they can snipe you. No, don't do that. Don't shield battery if your shield cell is faster and safer, right? You don't want to hold a shield battery for like 10 seconds when you have a smaller shield cell is faster and safer. Look, I know the shield battery gives you more shield, but it takes a little longer. See, I would do that, but again, if you're mid-fight, do the shield cell. It gets you faster, and you don't have to worry about the little cooldown. If you're under pressure, sometimes shield swap. I know I'm getting a lot of hate for this, but if you're under pressure, sometimes shield swap is better than healing. If you get cracked, break the line of sight first and then heal. Healing in a fight is more about timing and speed. Get used to reading the flow of the fight. Mistake number 9, you're ignoring your audio. Apex has some of the best and sometimes the most broken audio in shooters. If you're not listening, you're missing free info. Play with good headphones. You have to turn music off, turn sound effect volume up, use sound to guess distance, direction, and number of enemies. I know the audio with Apex is not good because sometimes when someone's right near you, you can't even hear them. And if you hear a res or zipline, get ready to third party. Spray them in the air. If you hear 2 squads fighting, rotate towards them, but don't third party too early. Wait till one is nearly wiped so you can take advantage and pick up those little kills. You don't want to go full force and not have, no, don't do that. Mistake number 10, you're not learning from your deaths. Look, losing happens, but if you don't learn from it, you'll stay stuck. This is how to fix this. After a game ends, ask yourself, where did we land? Well, we landed in the middle of nowhere. Well, that's why. Why did I die first? Because I pushed way too many people in the beginning of the game. Did I push too early? You most likely did. Was I out of position? You most likely were. Even 10 seconds of reflection after a match will teach you way more than hours of ranked gameplay. Go back and watch your gameplay, especially fights where you died. Look for what you could have done differently. This is how players go from bronze to diamond, the little tryhards. So those are the 10 biggest mistakes holding players back in Apex Legends and how to fix them. If this helped, do me a solid by dropping a like, subscribing, and comment where you struggle the most, and I might cover that one next. More tips, guides, and breakdowns coming soon. See you in the next one, and stay alive out there.